On this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and BS podcast, we discuss the 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah by Gene Meltzer. We also discuss embracing winter and our favorite musicians. Happy listening. Welcome to this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and BS podcast. I'm your host, Mike Jakubowski. I'm joined today by Nicole, Shar Bear, and our newest guest, Crystal. So whenever we have someone new in the podcast, we like them to share a couple of fun facts about themselves. So I will hand over the floor to Crystal.
Oh, yay. Everyone's favorite question that works in corporate America. Okay. My two that I'll give is I actually performed in the halftime of the Pro Bowl in 2000. And I'm allergic to vodka, which amazes so many people, including my doctor.
And they don't know what it is about vodka that you're allergic to?
No idea whatsoever. Love potatoes. Can't live without potatoes. But vodka, cannot drink vodka for the life of me.
Interesting. Because I said there's different sources of making vodka, so it's all vodka.
Yep. So far, I've tried top shelf. I've tried bottom. I have done everything. And nope, I break out into hives and a massive migraine.
I could see Dubra doing that too.
I mean, I made it through college somehow. So yes, I've made it through Dubra, but no, as an adult, I massively break out into hives and I get a migraine immediately.
I remember being a freshman in college and I had $10 in my wallet and I had a friend, a very recent friend, it's my first month of college, and they're 21. And I'm like, what can I get from the liquor store for $10? And she's like, I got you. Handle Dubra.
That and Burdette.
You can't forget about Pop-Off, though.
Yeah.
Pop-Off was, yep.
I usually, I frowned upon Dubra, but definitely drank a lot of Pop-Off.
So much Pop-Off. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Pop-Off
just poisoned
yourself forever.
Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd have an adverse reaction to Captain Morgan if I were to have it today.
God, I can't. Can't do shots. Can't do, Mm-mm.
But that also might have to do the fact that one night I got super drunk off Captain Morgan, and then next day I was so hungover in my dorm, and the only thing I had to drink in my fridge was Yoo-Hoos. I drank 8 juice boxes of Yoo-Hoo. So that might have also had something to do with my disdain for Captain Morgan going forward.
Yikes. No.
Horrible story. So visceral.
Well, I think I still drink Yoo-Hoo to this day, though, just not Captain Morgan. So speaking of drinking, what are we drinking today? Crystal, we'll start with you.
I am drinking a Sam Adams Jacko.
Ooh, keep it in, kind of out of season, but going through your stash.
Yes, definitely.
I probably should have done that. I'm drinking something I'm not a fan of at the moment. Bear, what are you drinking?
So I'm coming off a cold, so no alcohol. I am drinking hot apple cider that probably Captain Morgan might taste good in. I don't know. But,
that sounds amazing.
Orchard fresh.
Do like a good orchard fresh apple cider. Nicole?
Well, I can't drink yet, but I am having an Olipop currently.
Flavor?
Ridge Rush?
Oh, Kimberly on our last podcast was drinking that one for her drink.
I like it. I didn't like the poppy kind of version of it. This one I like better.
Is it kind of Mountain Dewy?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Mountain Dew kind of mixed with ginger ale. It's pretty good.
Interesting. I am drinking I'm a big Aldi person, so I saw on TikTok that someone liked their chocolate peanut butter porter. So I'm drinking that. Not a huge fan of it, but it'll have
Aldi?
to do. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I mean, I've had their hard seltzers before, and they weren't that great either. So maybe just their food selection's good, alcohol not so much. Okay, baked treat of the week. So, Bear, I'm going to ask for your help on the pronunciation of the actual name of the jelly donut cake.
So I looked this up because I was very excited about the etymology. Sufganiyot. And it was interesting because it basically has the Hebrew word. If you put the letters next to each other, it spells out sponge if you give it the anglicized version. And it's spongy fried dough is basically what it means. I went down like an etymology rabbit hole in the Hebrew, but it basically is just spongy fried dough. And it's commemorative for Hanukkah because we are instructed to eat fried food to commemorate oil lasting in the Holy Synagogue, lasting 8 days when it should have only lasted 1 for our menorah. So we fry a lot of shit for 8 days. It's a good one.
Yeah, I love fried food, so I can get down with that. Especially 8 days of it.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I tried to make this, and I consider myself to be a pretty damn good baker. It was supposed to sit for like an hour for it to rise, and I came back after 2 hours, and it had not moved. And that's when I knew the dough was dead.
Do you poke it with a stick?
What was that?
Did you poke it with a stick?
I poked it with my finger.
Do something.
And it just was like a goopy mess. I'm like, well, this isn't a dough. So I threw in the towel. And Crystal, I know you tried as well.
I tried. I had the opposite problem that it was rising minimally and it was hard. It was not goopy. I tried. I baked it. It did not bake all the way through. I did not feel like poisoning anyone. I will say the raspberry whipped cream was amazing, but that was the biggest fail I think I've ever had baking in my life.
The part was like maybe like my yeast had gone bad, but it was still in date, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never made dough before. It was going to be a challenge, but that was scary. That was not good.
But you turned course and made another recipe, correct?
I did, and I made the arugula, and it was amazing, and gave half of it to my mother, who was also very happy by it.
And Bear.
Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. I thought I was doing really great. I don't bake. I really went out of my comfort zone a lot for everything this week with the book and the recipe. I don't know what happened. I think my problem is initially I got frustrated making the rugelach, and it's something I love, like just good soul food, fond memories of eating it. But the cream cheese and what were we doing at the beginning? Cream cheese and the butter, they just would not stick together. So I put it in the microwave, and I think that was the beginning of the end. And I just nuked it so it would all stuff together. And I think I just killed it. But I still baked it because it smells amazing. It's not going to give me salmonella, I think.
Bonus points.
There's no egg in it. Anyways, I just made a bunch of like really thick doughy cookies. So I'm sure my ancestors are displeased with me.
And Nicole, you did not attempt?
I'm going to blame this on pregnancy brain, and I lost track of time. And then I read the recipe, and I was like, I do not have time to do this. But I am going to try it this weekend.
Which one?
The donut one.
Well, Godspeed.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah. Definitely going to need to know how that goes for you.
Because I was like, oh, I'll try it. And I was like looking at it. I was like, I definitely don't have time to, like, you have to let it rise for like an hour and then like for another 2 hours and then punch it like
every half hour.
Every half hour. I did do that. And then I hadn't read all the way down. And I was like, oh, this needs to sit for 24 hours. Oh, okay. And then it all went to hell.
The punching sounds cathartic. Maybe I'll try it.
So
we'll see if I fail this weekend.
I look forward to the reviews. I expect a message as soon as you finish attempting or successfully baking it. So more successful food. What was the best thing everyone ate this week? We will start with Bear.
Oh my goodness gracious. I should have prepared for this. Can you come back to me?
Sure can. Crystal.
I apparently have been pronouncing it wrong, but is it rugelach?
I think this is a sound only I can make. Rugelach?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, actually, it's been that because I have been eating at least like 4 to 5 a day. So that's been the best thing I've had all week.
I love
Nicole?
that.
I have a new obsession with Chick-fil-A peppermint milkshake.
Ooh.
That has been not my craving. Said child inside of me is craving. So we'll have to say that's the best thing so far this week.
Back to Bear.
All right. I am not proud of this, but I ate half of a Sicilian pizza by myself, and it was delicious.
Love that.
For me. Delicious
That
for
sounds
me.
amazing.
Yeah, it was just a lot of dough and cheese. Like, you need it on a cold day, and I made it happen for myself. Emotional eating. So yes, best thing I ate all week.
And I had a pretty boring food week, but tonight I had honey barbecue strips from KFC.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I haven't had chicken tenders from KFC in a while, so those hit the spot. And fries,
Mhm.
obviously. All right.
Nice.
So let's get into the book. So this week we had The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah by Gene Meltzer. We usually do a round table. We talk about if we enjoyed it, if there's something you didn't like about the book, favorite sections, passages, or quotes. So we will start with Nicole.
Oh. I was very skeptical going into this book. It's not something I think I would have picked up normally, but I actually really liked it. I liked the concept of it. And I don't know, I just got engulfed in it. I actually didn't annotate anything, but there wasn't like any quotes that really stuck out to me, but I just really liked how it's kind of broken up into sections, and it wasn't your typical romancy type of book. Also, the character Jared Sparks.
Oh, God.
Oh,
What
gosh.
what a guy. Like that one section where he's just talking about every name for like a penis. Is that what that was? I was just or something. It was just oh, I laughed a lot. I really liked this book. There was not anything like because I was a little I think with the book I read before this, I was kind of like, oh, I hope this one's like a little bit better. And it was. It was. It definitely was. The one thing I kind of picked on this, the back cover. I don't know if you guys have the copy of the book, but the picture of the author, I had to like Google her because I thought I had a misprint book and she had like something in her teeth.
Oh my God, I thought
Oh,
that
no.
too.
Oh, yes. It's actually, she just has a gap in her teeth.
Oh my God, I thought it was just like scratched.
No, I had to look it up because it was really bothering me. I was like, is there something on my book? No, it's
That's
her actual.
hysterical. I
It's her
thought
actual
that.
picture. It's her actual picture.
Wow. You did the research. You got the receipts.
Yeah, because I was like, do I have a mess? Because sometimes you like get those books with like the lines or something. I was like, maybe I have a messed up copy. And I'm like, her editor did not do her nicely.
Oh.
Oh, no. The things you don't get to see while reading on a Kindle. I now need to Google this. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's happening. I have to see this.
Because like it's such a little picture on the paperback book, and then when I like Googled her name, then I saw it. I was like, oh, it's just a gap. Like it's a nice picture, but like really small. But I really enjoyed the book. I don't really have too much to say.
We will go to Crystal.
I thought it was a good, quick holiday, like romance. I am very much a vibe reader, so whatever I'm in the mood for, and lately it's not thinking. So this was perfect. However, it hit a little too close to home with the overworking. The passage that I highlighted was about the first ghost of her ex-boss with 6 different types of cell phones dangled from her waist, all on and ringing in unison as if the burden of all that weight wasn't enough. 2 laptop bags were slung over her shoulders, and the desktop monitor was attached to her ankle by a chain. And I was like, oh, that hits too close to home right now. So, yeah, it definitely hit me personally. But after a while, Evelyn just annoyed me. And Jared Sparks, hey, that man. I think there was a way to make him douchey without making him that over the top, if that makes sense. Like, it felt a little too much for me, but it was a nice, quick read for your holiday romance. I thought it was laid on a little bit too thick, but it was a cute little vibe read if you need it.
I didn't understand his obsession with nipples.
I know.
There was just no need.
There was so much obsession with nipples.
I didn't quite understand why we had to keep going back to the nipple. It really just made 0 sense to me. And I kept going, there's a way to make this guy quirky and weird with continuously going to a nipple. Like, I just couldn't. There was too much Jared for me in this one.
Anything else before we move on to Miss Bear?
No, I think it was cute, but after a while, I just got annoyed with Evelyn. It was a firm 3 stars for me.
All right. And Bear.
So this was a challenge. It is outside of a genre I usually don't read, and I'm always a little nervous being a Jewish person myself, like what are we as a people going to look like in this book? And it's one of the reasons why I haven't watched that show Nobody Wants This,
Oh, great
because
show.
everybody's
is.
telling
Great
me to
show.
watch it, and I'm always nervous, like what sort of fun little stereotypes or whatever are they going to do? And then I realize I'm just in my head. So I started.
And it has Seth Cohen in it.
I know. It's a me problem. And that was one of the things I realized, like, going through this book, is a lot of this was me problem. So I started to relate to Evelyn. Like, I went into this book thinking I was going to hate it. And there were a few portions that I rolled my eyes during, and some things I thought her editor should have caught. And then I actually spoke with a friend of mine who runs a very successful chicklet blog, Melissa, who runs Chicklet Central. And she just, I realized how important and significant, like, a lot of the characters and this genre are. And it really is so popular. And it really ended up being just a me problem for not appreciating what I was reading. So I tried to read it again. And I did find it compelling. I started to think, if I had a friend like Evelyn, what would I think of her and if she were going through this? And I also have migraines, so I totally empathize with that. I don't know why we haven't talked about David yet, because he sounds super hot, and I don't know how that man hasn't gotten laid in 2 years. But
Seriously.
that was a huge fictional thing, because there's no
Huge
way.
fictional boner.
Yeah, like, come on. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But, I mean, I thought it was very sweet, the ending. I love couples therapy. Huge proponent of that. I thought the ending was more realistic than anything. Maybe not the proposal part. I don't know. But I'm really glad I challenged myself to read this and challenged myself to bake, because I think I get in my head too much thinking and assuming what it's going to turn out to be. And the book was better than I thought, but the baking still sucked. So I just, I just can't. But I really, there were a lot of things that felt very nostalgic for me. Very, like, it was a nice book. I think it was good that, it was written by a Jewish person, because I don't like when people try to, write from a perspective like American Dirt. I know how that got a lot of flack because they were writing about an immigrant experience and it was a white author. So I always like hearing authentic voices. And she definitely came through. And there are a few parts that got me choked up. So I don't know if I'm going to read any more by her. I'm curious to find other books and see if that same picture little blip is on there. But anyways, thanks for picking this book, Mikey. It was nice to find some representation and feel seen.
It's funny you bring up the perspective of you're glad that she was Jewish, writing from a Jewish experience. I often have issues with, like, the most famous books with gay male characters are often written by straight women. And it's just one of those things. I'm like, none of, like, the gay male authors can be famous.
Yeah, right? It seems inauthentic at points. In my perspective, I don't want to speak for you.
But I mean, I'm fully open to people having, like, trying to write out of their realm or, like, trying to experience new things. But sometimes, like, come on, man, like, let's have some voice from the people that get the popularity.
I agree.
So with this book, I obviously picked it to go with the holiday, but it was convenient that it came out like 2 months before Hanukkah. So to seem to line up nicely with the podcast. I love me a good sad book. And in the first page, there's a dear reader from the author, and she says, "This story may also make you cry." And I feel like I was let down because I did not cry.
Agree. I agree. I was like, oh gosh, oh no, okay, I have to be in the right mental space. And I definitely experienced a lot of loss over the past couple of months. So I was like, oh no, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. And then I didn't cry at all. So I agree. I was kind of let down that there was no tears that accompanied this.
And for me, like, you can earn bonus Goodreads stars if you make me cry. Like, if you're like on a half star and I'm debating which direction to go, and yet you get me at the end, you usually get that bump up. but no tears in this book.
Yeah, I didn't, and I'm like overly emotional lately. And there were definitely no, and I'm an easy crier when it comes to books too. And there was no tears shed.
Bear, any tears?
Does a lump in your throat count? Like, what does that round up to? Like a half star?
I guess a quarter of a star, maybe.
Yeah, some of the miscarriage stuff was sad for me, but that could just be, again, like that could just trigger me and not somebody else. I mean, ugh, I don't know. I didn't feel it, and I love crying.
I feel like maybe if I don't know if it was the way that the author handled the miscarriage storyline. Like maybe if it was done differently, it would have maybe hit that way. I don't know. It's just something about that element of the story just didn't click in a way.
You know what it was? It was like
Yeah.
the end of White Lotus season 3 when he's like, "That's your father," and it's like, "Oh, come on, now we're dealing with this too."
Yeah.
It's like it was just so over the top, and I don't know. A lot of great pieces were kind of sloppily put together at the end, I think.
Agree.
And I think we've been experiencing that a lot lately. The book we did for last week's podcast, it was a single father, and at the end, randomly the mother just shows up, and it added nothing to the story. So sometimes if the author will throw things in just to try to fill up some space or try to add an element that doesn't necessarily fit nicely.
Yeah, it I see where she was trying to go with it, but it didn't add as much as you wanted it to. I feel like she could have carried more in that storyline and gotten more emotion from the reader speaking to it.
You know what it is? Is she's not Evelyn for me wasn't likable.
I was just gonna say, I think I had
no.
trouble
Agree.
connecting because Evelyn was just at no point in this book a likable character.
Totally agree.
I really could have cared less, if she ended up alone or with David, or I don't know, she jumped off a roof or something. It wouldn't, my emotion would not have changed either way. Oh, okay, she's done. Next.
Which feels so shitty because she had such a traumatic thing happen to her, and I'm like, David, run fast, run far. That woman is insane.
Yes. I don't know.
She seems too nice to be with her.
Yes.
It was, I don't know.
It didn't make sense to me. He could do so much better. I was like, oh, good. He's going on dates. Just kidding.
He's a doctor. My God, he's perfect.
And he takes in stray animals, like pregnant alpacas.
Seriously.
And I think the book spent so much time with the author and Evelyn trying to make us hate David because he left her. And then we finally get to the point where you find out they had the miscarriage, and she's like, okay, I'm going to work. And you're like, so hold on. Why are we supposed to feel bad for you? Yes, David left you, but you literally abandoned him to go to work.
Yep. Okay. I agree with everything. He could have done better. I was like, I really just don't like you. And I like your ex-husband. So don't care what happens to you.
And I feel bad for whatever her name was that he was going on the dates with, because she definitely would have been a better selection for him.
I feel like it was Chloe or something.
It was a C. I can't remember if it was Chloe or Shmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, yeah, like I said, I found the character, I didn't, David was fine. Again, didn't really I read this book, and at the end, I'm like, I probably won't think of these characters ever again outside of recording this episode.
Her name was Claire, by the way.
Oh, see? Real close.
Oh.
And also, we touched on this, but Jared, the whole mommy thing, I was,
Blah.
I cringed every time, he said it, and then that's the only time, I felt in touch with Evelyn. She was getting grossed out by it.
It's just the walking epitome of an ick. That is all that character was.
You know how I pictured him? So I think he was supposed to be attractive, but in my brain, he wasn't attractive, and he was Russell Brand.
I thought Russell Brand
how
too.
I figured. Yep. That was my pick.
It's exactly what I thought when thinking of that character, and I can't stand him. So that
that was the one person I was like, oh, you know what? That's who would play him in the movie.
And
Russell
boom.
Brand, 100%.
Well, I'm glad that we can agree on A, our hatred of Russell Brand, and B, that he was the perfect casting for that character. I always like to give some quotes I enjoyed from the book. I didn't have that many highlighted. Like Nicole said, like I just didn't pull much from the book, but I enjoyed when Danielle said, "What sick, childless bastard decided to make Hanukkah 8 damn nights?" Also loved that everyone was excited about David taking in a pregnant alpaca, because I would also be excited about having a pregnant alpaca on my farm, because that would mean baby alpacas are coming.
Oh, babies.
I also had issues with the ages of the characters. Like when reading it, I pictured them to be much older. And when it's revealed that Evelyn's 34 years old, I'm like, no, that doesn't track for me.
Agree. I pictured them the same. And I was like, wait, what? She's younger than me? And okay, this doesn't make sense, but I'll go with it.
Like I was thinking like mid to late 40s for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy when David had to watch all the kids in the team "You Look Like a Butthole" won the competition.
Yeah, that was funny.
And also when one of the ghosts visits, it's the one that's like a high school student, and she's like pissed off about going back to high school, and he's like, "Is it the high school thing?" Meanwhile, I'm stuck smelling like Axe body spray for all of eternity. So really, between the two of us, who's got the worst deal here?
I definitely highlighted that portion.
But outside of that, like that's all I really had in the book. I think I think what everyone's saying, it was a fine read. Like it was a holiday read. It was so Kimberly in the podcast last week, she talked about popcorn reads. Like they're enjoyable for the moment. You finish, you move on. You probably won't think about that book ever again.
That's astute. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Mhm.
That's
I feel like
a new saying.
yeah, I feel like that's a lot of holiday reads. Like it gets you in the spirit, and then like you kind of just forget about it.
Yeah, it's like a Hallmark movie. Like
Yeah.
there's a format. And like I said, there's the Hallmark wheel you spin where you land on what job the main character is leaving, and where does she know the love interest from, and what are they saving. So we talked about, obviously, Russell Brand. Did any of you picture any actors to play Evelyn or David? I will start with Crystal.
Oh no, I was still trying to figure that out. I don't know. Maybe Mila Kunis for Evelyn, because sometimes I like her and sometimes I hate her. So considering how much I hated Evelyn, I'm like, that could be perfect. Gotta come back to me for David. I think just Russell Brand being the walking ick took over my imagination throughout the rest of the book.
Bear, did you have any casting?
I was thinking, I have to remember which Hemsworth brother it is. Not the one who played Thor, but the one that Miley Cyrus left, Chris. I think he could be
Liam.
David.
Liam.
Chris is
Liam.
Thor.
Chris is Thor. Okay, Liam. Yeah. That was who I thought of when I thought of David. And Evelyn, I don't know. Like, we need a female Timothy Chalamet to play her. I can't.
Wait, there is. It's his sister.
Oh, he has a sister?
Have you ever watched
Yeah.
the show, the Secret Sex Lives of College Girls?
Oh my
I
gosh, now I can picture it.
Like
Just
his
like
sister's
some-
on that show.
I mean, he's delightful in his own way, but like when those features translate to a woman, well,
I
now
don't
I'm
even
gonna
think the features
get-
work on a man.
get some hate. Yeah, like that, or the guy who plays the bear, like that genre of
Oh.
character, but female.
Mm.
Okay.
I forgot what his name is.
Well, you know who probably, well, this isn't who I casted, but Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's
call.
that's such a slight to Maggie, but yeah, she could play her well though. Maggie's talented. I don't know why Evelyn has to be ugly, but in my head she is.
I think it's because we don't like her.
Yeah.
Nicole?
I am trying to find the person who I have in my head for David because he kind of looks like it, but I can't remember what movie he's in or his name or anything about him. I just know what he like looks like, which is horrible.
It's
Oh
that
my
guy with the
God.
stuff.
Yeah, because he looks like him and it's gonna drive me bonkers. And I think he's got like an accent, but I can't type in like accent actors, so it's kind of weird.
So, like, you don't even know what accent it is. It's just a generic accent.
Yeah, I'm just like, I know he's been in like romance movies and I just can't like, I have his face and I don't know. It's
What
very
about
frustrating.
Evelyn? Is it
I
a
just
woman with an accent?
no, just like the red hair, and I love her acting, but like Emma Stone, I feel like she could kind of play a bitchy person, but
True.
I love Emma Stone. I'm so mad about this act. I'm gonna find it like towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah, just like yell it out loud when you figure it out.
Oh my God, Meryl Streep. We need Meryl Streep. Devil Wears Prada.
She could
Fixed.
play, what was her name? Marla? The
Oh yeah, the dead
first host?
boss. Yeah,
Yep.
Yes.
that'd be such a good cameo. Actually,
So, like I said, I pictured the characters much older, so I casted them in my brain older. I had Olivia Colman as Evelyn,
Ooh.
and I had Jude Law as David,
oh nice.
Ooh. Like that combo.
and then fucking Russell Brand.
I could see that working.
So, Bear, I know you said you probably won't read anything else from the author.
Yep.
How about Crystal?
Probably not, unless I'm in the mood for a quick holiday, whatever read, but probably not for me.
Nicole?
I'm probably no. That's bad.
I'm also a no, but I will say one thing I did enjoy at the end of the book. Evelyn's reading a book, and it's the author's other book, The Matzo Ball. Like
Yes, I noticed that.
I like when authors put their sneak their own books into the storyline. It's the second book we've had in the podcast so far that's done that.
Oh, love that.
Did you find the ending satisfying, Nicole?
For me, it felt like just like a band-aid. Like I feel like it wasn't gonna work out still. I don't know. It wasn't like, yay, because she's still like a workaholic and they're just in couples therapy, still living kind of separate lives. So I don't really know. It was not satisfying.
Fair.
I would agree. It was kind of like the end of The Parent Trap. And it's like, well, now how are we going to do this? You know, we still have our separate lives. And I just thought it was over the top with the proposal in the therapist's office. I don't know. This stuff takes years to fix.
Yeah.
It
I don't
was just like
know.
months.
I mean, and maybe I just wanted too much from the book, but it was a pretty band-aid.
I will say though, it does track with most romance books. Like romance books in general have like unrealistic timelines. The one we read last week, they literally knew each other for a month. And I was surprised that they didn't get engaged at the end of the book, but it seemed like it was heading in that direction. So I guess like with an ex-wife and ex-husband scenario, if they're rekindling, I guess it could speed up the
Yeah,
timeline.
that makes sense. You get all that credit for time served.
Time served.
Poor David had a lot of time served. Yeah.
What a good man.
Crystal, I didn't ask you yet, right?
No, it put the pretty bow on it because it is a romance novel and yay for couples therapy. But I agree with Nicole. There's no way that was going to last. She needed more work before we jumped into a proposal. That was a little bit beyond for me.
I know this goes beyond like the trope of romance, but we need more romance books where it doesn't have like the bow tied happy ending.
Agree.
Wouldn't it be fine if it was from David's perspective, he was like, cool, I can date again, but I don't need to be with my bitch ex-wife.
That would have been amazing.
You know what I would have loved? If David got together with that, like, her assistant, Demi.
Ooh.
Like, that was my inner plot twist. I was like, yes, finally the woman Evelyn can groom who can balance that work life. She's just created a better her with her subordinate. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that. That's a much better ending.
Little dark, but I mean, I wanted to push Evelyn onto subway tracks. So
sounds like we're gonna have some fanfic coming from Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna bring in all those peripheral characters. Or the nice girl from the Jewish trivia.
Claire.
Claire Bear. Yeah, perfect.
Claire Bear, endorsed by Shar Bear. Anything else on this wonderful book before we move to the bullshit section of the podcast?
No,
Nope.
Nope.
I'm
And
still mad I can't figure out this actor.
I was just about to say, Nicole, as always, if you think of it, just yell it out.
I'm literally Googling like male over this with beard.
With
Like,
beard. James
With a
McAvoy?
beard and an accent.
James McAvoy's delicious.
no,
Yeah.
it's not him.
He does have a beard and he is accenty, so that's why I was.
Like, how old are we thinking, Nicole?
I think like now he's maybe like late 40s, early 50s.
Like Colin Farrell?
No, it's
Colin
not Colin
Farrell?
Farrell.
How old is he?
I'm like, I thought he was in a movie with like Reese Witherspoon or Jennifer Lopez, but I Googled that too. So I'm just gonna have to like go through Netflix and see.
Well, we are waiting on pins and needles to hear this casting. All right, so moving on to the bullshit portion of the podcast. This week's first topic is embracing winter, which is appropriate because it's fucking freezing outside. The beginning of winter starts with the holidays. What is one of your favorite holiday memories? I will start with Crystal.
Ooh. Okay, so I thought about this and I have a tie of two. Anything at my grandmother's house for Christmas and Christmas Eve because it was a tiny little house and then we were a big family together. And I just remember that Christmas tree and that whole experience and the smells. And then the more corny, I guess, more romance book one would definitely be getting engaged on Christmas Eve while extremely ill that morning, waking up and him wrapping my engagement ring.
Oh.
Like you caught him wrapping it?
Oh no, it was all wrapped. I was just so sick, and he took a video that if that ever sees the light of day, it might be grounds of divorce. But it was very sweet, and I knew immediately when he pulled out the camera, like what was about to happen. But it was very cute and very special.
Nicole.
Nothing really. Like I try to think about it. I think as a kid, for me, like the most like special part was like coming from like a divorced parent is like I got to have two Christmases. So I got to like and like it always was a wonder of like, wow, Santa came early to dad's house, but then also gave me friends at mom's house. So I kind of liked the joy of that.
And Miss Bear.
Once when I was a young child, because keep in mind Hanukkah's 8 nights, and traditionally the kids get a present each night, I got an NSYNC marionette from the Bye 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 video each night, and then I could connect them for the music video.
Amazing.
I know. One NSYNC member a night. And that one has always stuck out to me as just amazing that my parents put up with this for so many years. And the second one was during COVID when a bunch of girlfriends and we lit candles over Zoom and we all opened each other's presents. And it was just very sweet because we couldn't be together. And it felt nice. That one always stuck with me. I wish I still had those NSYNC marionettes though. I probably slept with them.
Yeah, I struggled with coming up with like a solid memory that stood out. Like there's no like one singular memory that sticks out as like a prominent holiday memory, I guess. I will say like in high school that I have a close group of friends where we would right before Christmas. I think it may have been like 2 days before Seinfeld's famous holiday. We would do what we call Thanksmas. So we'd exchange Christmas gifts, but we would make like a full Thanksgiving meal. But that's why I couldn't really think of anything that like super stood out. I don't know if that's sad or it's just like I just enjoy the holidays all around so much that I couldn't pinpoint just one. We'll go with that.
Heck yeah.
When buying gifts, do you believe in buying lots of smaller gifts for someone or one or two larger gifts? Crystal.
Oh, okay. It all depends. Like, I don't know, last year for myself and my husband, we wanted to save to go on vacation. So we did a bunch of little smaller gifts and that was just perfect. But this year, maybe a couple bigger gifts. I think it all depends on the budget and the year. And I'm thankful I only have like my husband and my parents to shop for, so it makes things a little bit easier. But whatever you can afford, that's what you should do.
Miss Bear?
Yeah, I would have to agree with that for sure because I think there's so much, I don't know, competition to outgift someone. And I feel like the best gifts truly are the ones that are given from the heart and people just go into debt to buy presents. I like to give experiences. So like that would be the type of big gift, like instead of $100, $200 item, I'd be like, here, dinner's on me. Something that you can make a memory of.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Nicole?
I usually just go one, like, I like not super expensive gift, but I do tend to go like over the top sometimes, especially for like my boyfriend or my niece and nephew. Like I'll be like, yeah, this and this, and then I'm like, oh crap, I bought way too much stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which happens a lot. But like a new thing me and my family did was instead of buying, because we would like buy everyone, like all the cousins and stuff, gifts, now we do like a secret Santa, not secret Santa. It's like a Yankee gift swap, but you could basically, most of the people just buy gifts that they want and you try to win your gift back.
That's fun.
That
Yeah.
is nice.
So it's like an easy way to like not spend a bunch of money. Like we have a cap and like obviously we get our grandma stuff still, but like it's just like a nicer way to have fun with it. Maybe make some family members angry, but
What's not
it
to love about the holidays and doing that?
oh, it gets real heated. One time my
Oh,
cousin, like
no.
my aunt bought like I don't know what, she bought like bird seed, had a bunch of like suet because that's what she wanted. And like she shows what she wants like super easily. So he's like, I'm gonna mess with her. And he just kept taking it from her. Like every round he would get, his card would be called and he ended up with the bird seed and she was so mad.
I love a good petty moment.
That's so good.
My turn?
Yep.
Yes.
I like to do a lot of smaller things just because I really like wrapping gifts. So
Oh.
I always try and so I'll also plug this. So Sarah and I every year we do a book advent calendar. And so essentially like what we do is we get 25 books and then get like a small thing to go with each book each day. And this sounds more expensive than it is. We actually like go through like library book sales and stuff to like to find the books. So on average, like a book costs like a quarter. So it's like not a ton of money, but it makes the Christmas gift last for 25 days.
Love it.
And
I
so,
also love the used book sale as somebody who volunteers at our library. I'm like, yes, these books have so much life in them.
yeah, I think I always like wow the people how many books I buy when I go to the book sale. They're like, would you like to buy a bag for $5? I'm like, I will take 4.
Yes.
But I'm always about the side hustle. I sell blind advent calendars on Etsy,
Cool.
and those come from the library book sales.
That's good to know.
Favorite holiday treat? Bear.
Oh my gosh. I had thought about this. Go back to me again.
Crystal.
Sorry.
Oh, I know. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't remember that one.
I know I forgot to.
I will go with my aunt has made us platters of cookies since I was a baby, and she did it well before that as well. She is now slowing down. I think last year was the first year that we didn't get them, but that plate of cookies we make last as long as possible because they are always amazing. And I remember growing up, she would have frozen cookies through June, and we were not allowed to touch them unless she said it was okay, even though her garage was just lined in December, but you could not eat them until Christmas Eve. That's probably my favorite.
Nicole.
Love peppermint bark.
I love
Ooh.
bark.
And like me and my friend tried to make it one time and we blew up her microwave. So I have not made it in a very long time for
Have
the
you
sake of microwaves.
you had Hershey's comes out with peppermint bark bells every year,
Ooh.
It's obviously a Christmas exclusive like treat that comes out, but I don't typically like Hershey's chocolate, but I love the peppermint bells. It's
never
it's
had
peppermint
those.
bark.
I think I found the guy too,
Ooh.
but he has to have like a Scott Speedman.
Oh, yeah.
I have to Google.
He's from
He
Felicity
or Grey's Anatomy too.
Okay,
the
yep.
scary movie The Strangers.
Okay. Now I know who we're talking about.
I had to Google hot actors in the late 1990s, early 2000s.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
And that also bought Bear some more time for a favorite holiday treat.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what it was called, and I feel like people call it Christmas crack or crackle, and it's like you bake it in the oven and you like hit it with a hammer, and it's like caramelly and there's nuts and chocolate on it.
It's got the saltines on the bottom.
Yeah, there's like something on I don't know, like a pretzel thing.
Yeah,
Any
this
of that
Christmas
or like
crack.
those Christmas pretzel
Yeah, I know
looking
what you're
things. I
talking
just think, oh, so good.
For me, it's Christmas cookies in general. Love
Mm.
Christmas cookies, but bonus points to thumbprints with jam in the middle, anything with an eggnog flavor, or shortbread.
You have me at shortbread.
Sarah makes really good shortbread cookies. So hopefully I'll be seeing some of those soon. Once the holidays are over, what is your favorite thing to do in the winter? Crystal.
Stay inside where it's warm because I am constantly freezing. Honestly, I keep my tree up probably a little too long and just reading with the tree light on and my cats curled up with me is my favorite thing.
That sounds wonderful.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Bear.
I mean, that's pretty much my answer too. We don't have a tree, but like swapping, curling up and being cozy and reading, it just feels, I don't know. I don't want to say indulgent, but it really just fits the mood.
Nice glass of tea.
Yeah, something just
Yeah.
warm and
Cozy. I would also agree, but like my family also is like a big snowmobile family. So going up to like Maine, you can stay inside and be cozy and stuff, but a lot of times I do like to go out snowmobiling as long as I'm dressed warm because when you're cold, it's not. I'm like Crystal. I'm super cold all the time, so
Yeah.
I
need
felt
to
like
be cozy.
there's a missed opportunity here for the first word I wrote. I wrote hibernate, and I thought Bear was going to say that.
Oh,
I wrote hibernate, day drink, and then if I'm going to go outside, go on vacation.
Yes.
yeah.
And final question about winter. Would you prefer a lot of snow but moderate temperatures or no snow but frigidly cold? Bear.
I definitely would prefer it to be colder than and have no snow because I'm such a baby when it comes to driving in snow. But you just throw on more layers. Like I will be that kid from the Christmas store. You can't put his arms down before I pick up a shovel.
Crystal.
That was tough, but I agree. I will sit underneath my heated blanket. I do not want to deal with snow. I'm good. Over it.
Nicole.
I'd rather have more snow.
There has to be one.
Yeah, and I work like out like my job is like rainer, like snow, shine, whatever. Like I have to go to work, and I hate removing snow at work, but I can't do the cold because I can never get warm, and especially when I can't run right now, but like running in the winter, as soon as like you're running and you're like, yep, this is fine, but then like afterwards, even after you shower and stuff, I can't get warm.
Neither can I. I'm the same way. And Craig used to hate when I ran in the winter.
So I'm
Absolutely
like,
hated it.
I rather run in snow. Plus, I like snowshoeing, so the more snow we have.
See, like Nicole, I was gonna go the opposite direction. Like I prefer no snow but cold because of running in the winter because I hate running when it's snowy or icy.
Oh,
Where like I can deal with cold by like putting 1,000 layers on. I have the same thing where I'm like freezing. I call it the post long run chilies when I come back and I can't get warm. I get eye rolls from the other side of the room when I talk about my post long run chilies. All right, moving on to bullshit topic 2. It's music preferences. So who is your favorite artist or band? Can you narrow it down to one, or do you have a couple of favorites? We will start with Crystal.
Of all time, it will forever be Eve 6. They are my boys. I followed them from their very first single to now, gotten to meet them a bunch, gotten to know them a bunch, and they will forever be my favorite band.
Shar Bear?
Without a doubt, the Airborne Toxic event, kind of the same as Crystal, where you've just been following them over years. And I know it sounds very trite, but the lyrics do speak to me, and I think they are masterful musicians. So if you're into alternative indie, they're the band for you.
Nicole?
I go through mood artists. Like, it depends what mood I'm in, but there's one artist I will always go back to. It might throw people for a loop. And it's George Strait. 1990s country. I cried when I got to go see him, even if it was a nosebleed seats. I don't know. Something about that man.
I was not expecting that answer from you.
I know. I don't even know the artist you and Cher said. So.
Mine is technically a one-hit wonder from the 90s. Okay, maybe 2 hits from the 90s, but like
for me, I really don't have like a favorite. I looked at like who I listen to the most, and like things like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Macklemore were like some of my top ones. So I guess I'll go with a variety. I'll be a proud Swiftie.
Yay. She has taken over my life. Eve 6 may be my favorite of all time, but Taylor has now taken over my life.
Okay, so are we team Spotify, team Apple Music, team Pandora, or none of the above? Nicole?
I've been converted to Spotify just because it is cheaper and I can get an audiobook on it.
Valid.
And instead of paying for Apple Music and Audible.
Oh.
So you get at least I think it's
15 hours?
Yeah, 15 hours, yeah. Plus I like the DJ created playlists too, which is really nice.
Bear?
Everything Nicole said about Spotify. No notes. That's perfect. Although when I used to have Pandora, the free version, I remember I'd be able to time my pee breaks at work for the commercials. So I would run so I wouldn't have to listen.
Crystal?
Oh, I'm Apple Music. I've never had Spotify, never switched over. I don't know. I guess I might need to look into Spotify now for audiobooks now. So thanks.
I did have both at one point, but I'm a team Apple Music individual. So you're not alone, Crystal.
It makes me feel a little better.
What was the first album you remember buying? And if you really want to date yourself, you can break into what your first cassette and first CD were. We will start with Nicole.
I didn't buy any cassettes.
You're too young for that.
She's just a baby.
The first CD, I actually got 2. I remember my dad bought me them for my birthday. Was Britney Spears, her Baby One More Time, and Aqua.
There you go.
I remember I was
such a 90s response.
I was so excited because I was obsessed with that Barbie girl song.
And then you listen to the rest of the album and be like, oh, this is a true one-hit wonder.
Yes, pretty much.
Bear.
It's funny because I remember exactly what my first cassette was, and it was Music of My Heart, the Gloria Estefan and NSYNC. And then there was a movie, the song came from the movie, but I was so obsessed with NSYNC, I never saw the movie, and I'm reading the Wikipedia, and it has just an all-star cast. Meryl Streep and Kieran Culkin are in it. Anyways, but I just bought the single on cassette for NSYNC because I didn't care about any of that stuff back then.
Yep.
And also, Baby One More Time was my first CD, so...
All right, Crystal, let's bring this back a few years, hopefully.
Oh, no, you're not. Oh my God, I was trying to think of cassettes, and for some reason, the 2 that popped into my head were the Lion King soundtrack and Very Necessary by Salt and Peppa. But very first CD was Jeanne, their debut in the 90s with Groove Thing and Hey Mr. DJ on it.
Excellent. I have 2 cassettes and 2 CDs. I can't remember what order. Like they were like I knew they were around each other. So the cassettes were it's either Boys to Men number 2 or Janet Jackson, Janet.
Mm.
And then for CD, it was either I always say it's Coolio's Gangster Paradise, but it was either that or Jagged Little Pill because I remember getting those around the same time. But I think it's Coolio's Gangster Paradise, but well, I'll just say the first 2 I remember are those 2. And bonus, I remember what my first DVD was. It was Cruel Intentions.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Good pick.
Okay, so Spotify Wrapped or Apple Replay, whichever one you use. I think we know where each of us lean. What was your top artist, top album, top song? Crystal.
Taylor, Fate of Ophelia, Life of a Showgirl.
I love that it's right down the middle. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Bear.
Wait, what was the order again?
Artist, album, song.
Okay. Artist, The Airborne Toxic Event. Song, not by, I think I did that out of order.
Fine.
Lost in My Mind, The Head and the Heart. Song, album, artist? Oh, album, The Secret, Airborne Toxic Event. From their
Nick-
Such Hot Blood album. I'm all over the place. Whatever. Just indie stuff that hasn't been changed in the last 10 years.
Clay don't.
Yeah, like that. Like just sad white people music.
Nicole.
My top artist was Taylor Swift. My top album was Patterns by Kelsey Ballerini. And my top song, which I don't know why it's this one, is All My Exes by Lauren Elena and Chase Matthews.
That's interesting. You had 3 different artists for the 3 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like Taylor's not even in my top songs because like the second one is Chase Matthews and like my last 2 are like Kelsey Ballerini. So
You must have listened to like the full like Taylor albums enough where like it didn't hit top song, but there's enough minute play that.
yeah,
So shock. Top artist was Taylor. Top album, The Life of a Showgirl. But top song, Blue Jean Baby by Zach Bryan.
That was a curveball.
Yeah. I was like, that's interesting. And it was, I never trust the counts on these things because some of them seem like, especially like my running mixes, like the numbers like don't seem to add up because I feel like on the amount of runs I go on, some of those songs should be higher in the list. This
Yeah,
song was not on my
true.
running mix.
Huh.
All right. Name 3 artists or bands that you think are underrated, and with each, recommend to our listeners an album and a song. We'll start with Nicole.
Oh God. Underrated. Well, I guess like one of my, I don't know if you like Chase Matthews, I feel like isn't as like, I don't know, as popular as I think he should be. And actually his top song, I would recommend his song I've listened to numerous times. It's called Driving Through My Hometown. And I'm like obsessed with it. It just kind of speaks to me and like me with high school and everyone went to high school with kind of. Other 2 artists that I think are underrated. She just started popping off, so I can't like before I think Ella Langley was so underrated, but now she's become pretty big with her song with Riley Green. I can't think of another one that I'm like underrated.
Well, we can move on, and if one you can scream it out just like the actor's name if you think of one more.
Okay, I'll have to think about it.
Bear.
So I think he's super underrated, but I love AJ Croce. He's not a band, but he's Jim Croce's son who, Jim Croce unfortunately died in a plane crash, and he plays his father's music and does a lot on his own. And I just think he's magnificent. And his father was so popular, and I think his son deserves the same accolades. Also fits in the tantrums. I don't understand how they're not bigger. They're so good and they're so fun, and I feel like they should be playing bigger venues.
Do they make your hands clap?
Yes, like all of their songs for my rides. I don't know why they haven't gotten there yet. And I like somebody called Yola. She's like a very soulful, I don't want to say like Motown, but like she just evokes Ella Fitzgerald in me. I think we need to do more with her.
Is that 3?
I hope so. Because I'll have to go back to Spotify if I
Crystal.
can't think of more.
This was a horrible question for me. Me in my 20s would have been able to name like 10 different bands for you right off the bat. But now I just sit here and listen to 90s music and Taylor Swift all the time. So 2 that are still relatively big, but I think should be bigger. Renee Rapp 100% deserves more credit than she has for her singing, and Snow Angel is such a great album. Highly suggest it. And then Florence and the Machine.
Yeah,
In,
I was thinking about that.
like in the US, I don't think she gets as much love as she should have. I saw her perform on her first album, and it was one of the best performances I've ever seen. I think she's just so underrated for what she can do. And I couldn't think of a third one because, again, I listen to 90s music or Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter all day long.
I love a good dirty Sabrina song. And the parents who get mad about her being dirty lyric at and almost 30 years old.
Oh, please listen to what we grew up on. It's nothing.
Well, that's like people commenting about Taylor's new album about how like it's too like raunchy for children. It's like she's 36 years old.
Yeah. I was telling my boyfriend this the other day. I was listening to the Thong Song by Cisco in 6th grade.
Yes.
Like what? And like I remember also my sister, I think she was in elementary school. That song was like Hotel Motel Holiday Inn.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like my sister was elementary school listening to that. Like they were way raunchier back then.
And
we were all singing My Neck, My Back. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a coworker who I torment with that song because she gets so mad like when I sing it. She's like, my neck's sore today. And I'm like, my bad. She's like, stop right now. Shout out to Kimberly. Yeah, and these are the same people who grew up listening to this music now have issues about Taylor Swift singing about Travis Kelce's blood.
Good for her.
Good for her. So for my 3, I think they are 3 underrated, but I also kept it to ones I've seen live, and so like I know like that they can perform well. My first is they've had some hits, but I think they're underrated as Ex-Ambassadors.
Oh, they're good.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would recommend the songs Unsteady or Hold You Down. My second is Johnny Swim. I just saw them in concert in October. For their songs, I will recommend Take the World or Psilocybin. And my last is Magic Giant. I saw them at the Space is it Hamden or New Haven?
Oh, yeah, Hamden.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the tickets were like $14. And I said to Sarah, I'm like, I got tickets to this concert. Do you want to go? And now like we're both obsessed with them. But we're like 2 of like 30 people in that room. But now we've seen them in concert like 4 or 5 times. Definitely paying more than $14. But songs I recommend from them are Let's Start Again or Window. All right. That brings us to our final segment of the podcast, which is the rapid reaction segment. I think Bear and Nicole are familiar with this, but for Crystal, I give you 6 topics and you have to give me your immediate 1-word or 2-word reaction to the topic.
Alrighty.
So I will start with someone else so you can get a gist of what we're doing. So we'll start with Crystal. Surprise, surprise.
Let's go.
All right. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Ooh, miss it.
Jelly donuts.
Better if someone else makes them.
Dr. Pimple Popper videos.
Sadly obsessed.
Candy canes.
Meh.
Hotels or Airbnbs.
Hotel.
Gingerbread.
Eh.
Bear.
Yes.
Rugrats.
I'm sorry. I thought that was like her thing, and then I realized you were saying my name. Sorry, what was it?
Rugrats.
Oh, Chucky Finster.
Apple cider donuts.
Yes, now.
Gender reveal videos.
Oh, fucking kill me.
Candy corn.
I'm sorry, Nicole, if you did one of those.
I
God.
did not.
God, I feel terrible. I know it's so important for people.
I don't think I even announced.
I don't.
It was a girl.
Oh my God, is this the reveal?
Excellent.
I think people know.
Jesus. I was like, there I go again.
Bear, look up.
God. All right.
Candy corn.
Same thing as gender reveal videos. Just no more.
Hotel or Airbnb.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Eggnog.
Oh, I've never had eggnog. Is that weird?
What?
I haven't either. You're the only one.
I don't we just don't.
What is
I've never
happening?
had it.
Did we?
I don't know what to say. It looks like boogers to me.
It's
so I don't
so
know.
good.
Oh my God, it's delicious.
It's been my coffee creamer for the past week.
I'll have to try it. I'll have to really go for it.
This is
You have
my
to try
homework.
good, Mountain Dairy has good eggnog.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Arethusa, I always get both of them, and I get the holiday bottles because they have cows on them.
Yeah. No, I would want to buy local stuff, you know.
Craig's
this
family
year-
does Arethusa all the time, but I nope, still have not had it.
Oh, Mountain
This is blowing
Dairy's.
my mind.
I know. Mountain Dairy's bottle actually has Heidi's dad's initials on it.
I was going to say I would do it for Heidi.
Aw.
Yep. It's a really cute bottle.
I'm sorry. It's like one of those things I've missed out on.
Okay, I guess we'll move on to Nicole now.
It was a nice time being friends, I guess. Bye.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I don't know what that is.
What?
Oh my God, my heart. My childhood.
Oh no.
Oh, ow. All right, well, now you have some homework along with the others drinking eggnog. You need to...
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll come over.
And Are You Afraid of the Dark? All right, Boston cream donuts.
Mikey.
He sounds so disappointed.
He's broken. We've broken the host.
I love the Boston cream donuts. They're
Okay, good. At least you've had those. TikTok dance trending videos.
I can't do that. I can't do any of the dances. Don't
Maple,
even make
maple syrup.
me. Ooh, delicious.
Hotel or Airbnb.
Hotel.
Peppermint.
Depends.
I don't know if anyone caught on, but each of you had an elf ingredient. There was candy cane, candy corns, and maple syrup.
Oh.
So I'm glad that two of you, I think, liked your flavors and one of you had a little response.
Sorry. It's whack. It's not candy.
I think
When you
candy
think-
corn's a very divisive flavor.
It's so
When you say
yummy though.
Yeah, it is. I do like when you say candy corn, I just think of Katie.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. So that is a